Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy from With Love by Amy. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are at day 20 of the Spellbinders Crafty Advent Calendar series. All right, let's see what we got here. Ooh, more stencils. I was not expecting rectangular stencils. All right, so let's see, what are they? It looks like we got some layering floral stencils. Well, this is really cool because this is a supply that I've never played with before. All right, so here's a good look at all of them because it's kind of hard to see them on that other background. And they're beautiful. All right, so I decided I was going to use Mowed Lawn and Twisted Citron, maybe? Is that what that is? I can't remember. And then picked raspberries for my colors for these layered stencils. And we're going to go in with the darkest one first. I'm not sure if that's how you do it because I can't remember how, the people who actually know what they're doing do it, like Jennifer McGuire and stuff. I have no idea. So that's what I did first, was I did the stems of the flowers in the Mowed Lawn, and then I was going to do the leaves with the lighter color, the Twisted Citron, I think it is. I guess I could get up and look, but we'll just say it's Twisted Citron. And then, what I did do when I put the first stencil where I wanted it, I made teeny tiny pencil marks on the edges that were going to be on the cardstock so that I could line it up easier. I don't know if it was really necessary, but it kind of helped me out because I didn't use any sort of like pixie spray or anything like that on the stencil, and the stencil is smaller than the piece of paper that I was using it on, so a piece of cardstock. So I put teeny tiny pencil marks on the three sides that were on the piece of paper just so I could line it up easier, and it did help. And also it's a pretty easy stencil to line up because the layers go right over each other, so it was pretty cool. But yes, I will say this was my first experience of doing a layering stencil, and I really like it. Also, I would say that using a smaller blending brush would also be helpful for this one, because when I finished, I noticed that I had gotten a teeny tiny bit of green ink over the edge of one of the stencils. So yes, a smaller blending brush would be very helpful for this. I never thought I would need a smaller blending brush, but I can see its purpose in this sort of an aspect. But here we are doing the picked raspberries on the flowers, and I'm liking it. The only thing I'm not liking is the little dots in the center of the flowers. They didn't turn out as good as I wanted. So I could have gone back over them with the green, with the Mowed Lawn or whatever, but I decided not to. As you'll see later in the video, I have a different fix for that situation. All right, so we're putting the last of the picked raspberries on there, and I'm trying to use my sand eraser to get the little bits of ink off there. I think it did pretty good. All right, so the sentiment that I'm going to decide to use is the happy birthday. I'm not going to use the shadow layer that we got. I'm just using the words. So I cut them out of some black cardstock, and then also, because I didn't like the flowers, I used the flowers from one of the previous days, and I cut 4 of them because there are 4 flowers on this stencil. And then I put the little centers on the flowers. I like those little centers with the holes in them. They're pretty cool. So I put those and I glued them together. And we're using our Make Art Station to hold them together while they dry because, the little center pieces with the holes in them, they're kind of weird. So I want to make sure that they dry well. And then we are going to cover up the flowers on the stencil and give it some dimension with our die cut flowers. And as always, I can't tell you the names of any of these cardstocks or anything because they are all made out of scraps. Scraps, 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 all the way. Like 99% of my cards are made with scraps. Like I always feel guilty when I have no scrap that will work and I have to cut into a full sheet of cardstock. Like the layer for this card is even made out of a scrap that I found in my scrap box. Turned out pretty well. But I am running out of larger scraps, so that's unfortunate. I will have to cut into some larger pieces of cardstock. One of these days I'm going to have to restock all my cardstock too because my plain colors of cardstock are getting kind of low. Alright, so we're gluing down the sentiment, and I put the happy part down first on the left side, and then because I know that it's a big sentiment and it takes up the majority of the card, I'm going to line up the birthday, the word itself, and then do the B. because I want to make sure that they both start on their own respective sides of the card. So that's my plan. And having this fine tip glue bottle really is helpful for making sure that you don't get a giant mess of glue, even though, as you can see, I just made a little mess of glue because I put too much on there. But that happens, right? All in the making of cards or crafts in general. But here we go with some more fine tip glue. And we're just going to stick it down on the right side of the card, and then we'll put the bee down last. Fun fact, as I was trying to assemble the card, I tried to blow some little bits and stuff off of my workstation, and the bee disappeared. Like I saw it go somewhere, and I could not find it. So I had to recut another bee as I was trying to do this. And here's my card base. This is a mini slimline card, so the card base measures 3.5 by 6. So the piece of cardstock that I started out with was 7 by 6. And we're going to just put some glue on there, very fine lines, because you don't want to have bubbles on your cardstock on the card panel. So very, very fine lines of glue. And there we go. And we can't be complete without some more. Oh, there's the dimensions. All right. Can't be complete without some sequins from earlier in the advent calendar as well. So I used some of the yellowy pinky sequins, and here's the finished product. All right, let me know what you think of it down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. And here are some other videos that you may enjoy. Please come back for day 21. I can't believe we're nearing the end of this series. Thank you so much for watching. Come back soon. Have a great day.